We are Archangel Michael, and we would like you to know that peace is possible. You may think or see or feel otherwise. You may feel as though things besides peace are the inevitable, but you need to understand that is not the case. Peace is not something that comes from outside of you. You cannot protest your way to peace because if you look at the word protest, it does not come from peace or demonstration. The way to demonstrate peace is to live and to be peace. Now, you may be saying, how can I live and be peace? You can live and be peace even if there are missiles flying over your head. You can live and be peace even in a war zone. Now, it may be a little more challenging because peace does not mean you do not take care of your physical needs and your physical body. Peace does not mean you do not take action. Because if you think peace is just sitting there and doing nothing, that is far from peace. Peace is a choice in every breath, every movement, every action, every choice. Peace is the highest vibrational choice you can make, along with love and joy. It feels very different than love and joy, and yet it requires love and joy. It may not feel as active and energetic, however, that is due to misunderstanding. Peace is a choice. Peace is a choice with every breath you take, every inhale, every exhale, every movement you make, every word you speak, everything you consume. You are choosing peace or you are choosing the opposite. So when you consume anything, whether it be via your mouth, via eating, via drinking, via inhaling something, you are choosing peace. You are choosing peace then. If you bring something into your body which is nurturing, which is good for that earth suit of yours, that is voting for peace. When you drink pure, clean water, or the best and the highest version of water, bless your water before you drink it. If you are not someplace that has the best water, because sometimes you have no choice. You can buy filters, you can buy other things. However, sometimes the choice is between having a plastic bottle, which some people say that lowers the vibration. Nothing lowers the vibration of something you physically bring in if you bless it, if you add frequency and vibration to it. So, for instance, if all the choices you have are low vibration, say junk food, as they call it, if you bless it, if you love it, if your intentions are good and pure, then that will be just as good as having something organic. It is your intention. Peace is your intention. When you go and you select, of course, go for the highest and best. However, if you do not have the highest and best, be grateful for what you do have. And again, bless it. Turn it into the highest and best. Your body, your mind does not know the difference. Your intention, intend your way to peace. And we may be talking in a way that sounds less than peaceful. However, that is how we come through, for we come through with a more masculine energy through feminine vocal cords. So often it may sound like we are speaking loudly or forcefully. However, our intention, her intention is peace. So you consume not only through food and water and again, inhalation of things, you also consume with what you choose to watch, what you choose to focus on, because there are choices, there are higher and lower. You do not need to know every detail of everything. You need to know when you need to know. There are people that say, isn't this spiritual bypassing? No, it is not. It is guarding your vibration. And if you want peace in the world, you have to find peace in yourself. And sometimes, yes, you need to withdraw. Sometimes you need to go inward. Of course, do the things that you are have to do. If you have a family, if you have a job, if you have anything to do that someone or something is depending on you, do that. However, in the moments that you might take watching TV, being on social medias, take a moment and think. Every action, every choice, every breath is choosing peace if that is your intention. If you choose to tune into or tune on to something or turn something on, then that can be a choice of peace or not peace. This is the thing. And what you say, the words you say, the way you say them, are they true? Are they necessary? Are they loving? Are they peaceful? Are they bringing about peace? Is this just something, is this something you can do? Do you need to shout at someone or shall you just clean up? You may wish that someone would do it differently, better, or whatever. Can you do it? And show by example. Those are the choices you make. Do you need to yell? Do you need to complain? Do you need to criticize? Because those are not peace. When people feel criticized, even if it's rightly so in your mind, even if it's rightly so, criticism does not bring about peace. There is a better way in every choice. And again, these teachings that are coming through are of a higher nature. So, of course, again, if you are being abused, if you are being harmed truly, then of course, move away. We do not want anybody tuning in for the first time thinking, yes, let somebody abuse me, slap me around. That is not choosing peace either, because that is actually choosing violence. Do what you can, walk how you can with love. Say to yourself when stuff comes up, because sometimes you might have somebody around you, or you might be in an office or be somewhere where you do not have control of what is on the radio, what is on the TV, what you are hearing. You might hear conversations, and you are like, I have been trying to consume peace. And you might find that it's not always possible because you live amongst people. Unless you are cloistered somewhere, you live amongst people. So we would like you to say, I am an infinite being. I am an infinite being. Tell yourself over and over, I am an infinite being. Or I am one with source. I am source. You are source. We are source. I am an infinite being, not subject to. And you could be somewhere where somebody is sneezing or coughing or has some sort of contagion. And you can say, I am an infinite being, not subject to contagion. I am an infinite being, not subject to negativity. Now, you have been told before not to use not. Yet, this is a reminder. So, again, as you continue, as you grow, as you learn, the rules do in fact change. Now, if you are going to somebody for hypnosis or usually for affirmations, but we are above hypnosis, we are above affirmations. These are declarations. And this is keeping you out of fear. Do, of course, things, but do them in a loving, peaceful, kind way, as if you are taking care of. When you take care of your earth suit, do it in a way that you are taking care of a small child, a baby, someone who is infirmed, someone who you absolutely love, someone, maybe a kitty cat or a puppy dog, something that you feel a very tender kindness to, being gentle, kind. These words are words that, again, describe the state of peace. So if you take care of yourself in that fashion, if you say in your mind things like, again, reminding you you are one with everything and nothing has the power over you. Nothing. You are just as powerful. A powerful being that you are, an infinite one with source, that does not need force. The most powerful being, which you are one of, the most powerful beings, are peaceful because you are everything. You are peace. You just drop into sometimes fear. Again, peace, fear, fear or peace. Sometimes you are going back and forth. However, again, you cannot shout your way to peace. You cannot, if you are yelling at somebody, I love you, damn it, they are not going to feel loved. And your body, your nervous system, your suit knows from intention, knows what peace feels like, knows what fear feels like. And every moment, even if you have a moment that you drop into fear, you can always, again, come in with that I am an infinite being, not subject to fear, not subject to anxiety. Because you can feel sensation, you can go with your intuition that tells you to move, get out of the way, but you can do that without fear. You can peacefully move out of the way. Peacefully doesn't mean as slow as possible. Sometimes doing something slowly is not peaceful. Sometimes doing something slowly is depression. Sometimes doing something slowly is a kid sulking and dragging his feet to drag out whatever is coming next. So, again, every choice you make, every word that comes out of your mouth, every thought you choose to entertain, because thoughts pop up, but they are not yours. You entertain them. You say, yes, come in here. And then a thought brings about a feeling. So you are choosing to entertain a thought. You are not victim to thoughts. You are not victim to feelings because, again, a thought comes, pops in to your suit, to that mind part of your suit. And then you either choose to go, no, this is not peace. I am choosing something else. You can choose a whole nother thought. This is where affirmations came from originally. It was choosing another thought. This is what repentance means, to stop doing what you were doing and choose something different. And that's all peace is. Peace is choosing the higher. It is higher vibration. So when people talk about higher vibration, people talk about manifesting, people talk about all these different things. You have to be peace before you do these other things. A lot of people think they need things around them to be peaceful first before peace can happen inside of them. It is exactly the other way around. Peace occurs in you first, and then the world reflects your peace, not the other way around. And again, you might feel as though you are failing. However, every time you remember, even if you lose your cool, your temper, even if you have a thought pop into your head that is less than peaceful. You could have a war like, hate like, fear thought pop into your head. However, again, choosing to remember that you are infinite, choosing to remember that everyone around you is infinite. However, they just don't remember, and they need you to be the one that reminds them by constantly being that peace. Because when you are everything, when you are infinite, when you go on and on, even when your earth suit perishes, you can be the living embodiment of peace. And that is how you change the world. Again, if you want peace out there, how do these people know that to do peace? If you, who are listening, who are connected, who know who you truly are, cannot do it, how can you expect anyone else to do it? You are, when you see channelings and you see messages that are put out, and you are the chosen one. This is what it means to be chosen. You are chosen. You are choosing. That is how you become chosen, is you choose, not the other way around. Nobody chooses you, you choose. You have this inside of you, and you choose to bring up your infinite. You choose to bring out your peace. This is how you create heaven on earth. This is, again, as Yeshua told you, as the message that comes forward, you are the second coming, but you are also the first coming. But the second coming is remembering in your earth suit, and that you are, and you can, with every step, with every choice, with every breath, choose peace. We love you. We are Archangel Michael.